Hi, Dennis coming at you again. As you can see, I'm sitting on the front porch looking out at the ocean with a fire going, and the leaves are changing. What a nice place. And as you can see, right in back of me, my halo has lit the window up. So that's enough of that. I'm coming at you today with a story. This story is in the book I wrote, A Slight Shift in Thinking, which is available on Amazon. And the story is pretty much what could help the planet today. The planet we're living on is in the middle of some chaos. It's in the middle of some misunderstanding. And this story is, I don't know where I got it. I don't know where it's from, but it's ancient. And it's a story of a monastery where a bunch of monks live. And what the monks do at the monastery is they keep the grounds nice, they weed the gardens, they repair the buildings, they they love the place where they live, and it shows by how nice it is. And they love each other because they're monks, you know, but they're also human. And for the longest time, every weekend, massive groups of the public would come up there to enjoy the peace and the tranquility and the comfort that the place offered them so they could take it back to their weekly life in the treadmill. Well, next thing you know, the the monks started infighting with each other. You know, one thought the other one wasn't working hard enough, and that the other one thought that he did everything and nobody did as much as he did. And they had some stinking thinking going on in the monastery. Well, next thing you know, the buildings start to get unpainted. The gardens start growing more weeds. The energy was low. And the people aren't showing up, and they're not donating, and they're not coming to that place to receive the peace that's there. So the head monk, Monsignor, or whatever they call him, had a meeting and said, listen, every year there's a wise man that comes, and he's an empath like we all are, and he knows what's going on in the world. And he sits atop of this mountain overlooking everything, and he just is peaceful. He says, I'm going to send one of you monks. Anyone want to volunteer to go? And one monk raised his hand. Yeah, I'll go. So he sends the monk and he says, tell him the issue that we're having here. And so he takes a walk. It's about 5 miles or so through the woods to where this man usually is this time of year. And sure enough, there he sits, looking out, meditating, just enjoying nature. And the monk says, excuse me, I would I was sent for some of your wisdom. And the monk says, your wisdom could probably help us. And so the man says, "What's going on?" And he says, "Well, our monastery doesn't have the peace it always had. Our monastery doesn't have people coming to see us every week the way they used to. And there's no money getting put in the baskets, and there's not the feeling that we had there. And the place, the weeds are growing, the buildings are deteriorating." He says, "We would like to know if you know of anything that could be causing this." And the wise man sat and thought for a bit, and then he said, "Well, did you hear the news?" And the monk says, "What news?" "The news about your monastery." He says, "No, I didn't." He says, "Well, Spirit told me that one of you is the Messiah." He goes, "One of us is the Messiah?" He says, "Yes." "Well, which one?" He says, "I don't know, but I know it's one of you is the Messiah." So this monk runs back all 5 miles. He probably broke the 4-minute record for 1 mile during his trip. So he gets there, and the Monsignor calls the meeting together, and he's on the way back. On the way back running, he says, "I wonder if it's no, it can't be Brother Joe. Oh no, it can't be Brother Harry. It can't be Brother Mike. Maybe I'm the Messiah. Maybe we don't know." So he gets back, and they call a meeting, and he says, "Brother, tell the group what you heard." He says, "Well, this wise man told me that one of us is the Messiah." And they said, "Well, which one is it?" And he says, he didn't know. He said, "But he knows one of us is the Messiah." Well, they all did their mind going crazy. "Yeah, it's not Brother so and so. He does this. And Brother so and so, he doesn't work hard enough. And this doesn't that." So, because none of them know who it might be, they all start treating each other like one of them is the Messiah, and they don't know which one. So they start treating each other with love and compassion, thinking this brother might be the Messiah. Okay, so he's not working that hard today. Well, he's the Messiah. He doesn't have to. So they all played that game for a while. Next thing you know, the weeds are gone, the buildings are painted, the place is nice. They're loving each other. The people come back. The money starts going in the basket. And you think about that. What if everybody on the planet treated each other like maybe that person's the Messiah? Maybe it's my wife. Maybe my wife is the Messiah. Maybe I'm the Messiah. I better start treating myself good and treating everybody I meet good, because I don't know who it is. This world would become the place it was designed to be. We were designed to have what you see in this picture: peace, love, beauty. Stop thinking about other people, what they're not doing right, or any of that stuff, or what you're not doing right. It doesn't matter, because the kind of love that we get from our Creator is unconditional. There's no conditions. Our Creator doesn't punish. Our Creator loves. Because our Creator knows that one of us is His Messiah. So, as unconditionally as I can state it, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're from. I don't know what you're doing. I only know I love you because of who you are. And who you are is beautiful. Thank you, and I hope that story helps your day. Bye.